second or third time? You guys are both. You guys are coaches shows veterans, right? I know your dad's here like every week. I love it. Yeah, there you go. Blake, you are an interesting athlete in the sense that you're one of the very few third-year freshmen. And you had that red shirt your freshman year, and then you had a medical red shirt last year. You're not your typical on-the-field freshman. Talk about your first year on that UIW football field.
It's awesome actually to be playing this year. I mean, sitting out 2 years was really hard, not playing football. And just going back, like, this year I fully understand our defense playbook, which is really nice coming in as a freshman.
Yeah.
Knowing the whole defense and knowing exactly what to do.
Okay. Devyn, right quick, from Port Lavaca, Texas, talk about coming from the coastal Bend area and you know, from a great football program to a growing football program. Talk about coming from Port Lavaca to San Antonio.
Coming from Port Lavaca, it's just what I've picked up is the offense. It's completely different. Going using the triple option, coming to just the more relaxed run style offense. It's not like just the bone. So what we do is it's nice being in San Antonio. The area's beautiful, and then it's not nice having a.
And you're 2 hours away, right?
Yeah, it's two and a half. Depends on how you drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it 2.5 or is it 2 for you? I hope it's 2.5.
It's 2 hours and 15.
2 hours and 15. Good answer. You know, talk about the offensive line, and you know, you've had a chance to be a part of this program here now for a year. Talk about playing with guys like Nate Thompson and Matt McCarthy, and it seems like you've got a nice growing camaraderie with that offensive line.
Yes, sir. Well, having Matt out last year, I mean, it did affect us just because he's a walking playbook. So having him back is a real help, and just making all the calls for the different defenses we see, and having Nate. He's just a go-getter. He's physical, and he's nasty.
Yeah.
We call him Nasty Nate. So
really,
so just big.
I don't see that at all. I see him as a really nice, sweet, gentle giant. But that's not the case, is it?
No, it's just how you.
Nasty Nate. I don't think his mom approves of that nickname. We got to come up with something better than that.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Blake, from San Antonio, you have an opportunity to remain, play here in San Antonio. You know, talk about that. I mean, you know, it's kind of cool knowing that you know you're a hop, skip, and a jump away from a home cooked meal.
Oh yeah, I mean, like everybody jokes around me all the time. I live 1 mile away from school, and so like just going home, and we'll bring kids home every once in a while.
Really, that close?
It's exactly
wow.
I think 1.1 miles away from school.
And you come from a great program. I mean, talk about the high school that you're from. A lot of in a very short time, a lot of football heritage built up over in that northeast area.
Oh yeah, I mean, going to Alma Heights and everything definitely taught me a lot about football. Our defense is very similar to the one that we were in at Alma Heights. It was awesome coming in and already knowing some things.
Fantastic. You know, from Port Lavaca, you have an opportunity to play Devyn with. I know him as Bobby, but now I've been told he wants to be called Roberto Limon. Like, do you call him Roberto now, or?
No, I've never really referred to him as Roberto. It's just either Bobby or Billy Bob.
Yeah, he kind of does look like Billy Bob, right? Yes, he does. But still, I mean, the two of you guys coming from that great offensive line at Port Lavaca, and to play with one of your brothers from your hometown, that's got to be kind of a cool. Talk about playing with Bobby.
It's nice because we already have the chemistry together in high school. So just being on the same field with one another, me being at right guard and him being at left guard,
yeah.
it's chemistry from what we had last 2 years ago whenever we played together. Sure. That's how it was set up.
Fantastic. Blake, right quick, you're a part of what I consider, really the exciting components to this. This defense across the board is exciting, but you coming off the edge with Mike coming off that other edge really adds a physical, athletic component to that defense. Talk about playing with Mike. I mean, you guys are very similar on the field, but I interviewed him a couple of weeks, and you guys ain't nothing alike. Off the field. Talk about playing with Mike.
I love playing with Mike.
Yeah.
He definitely brings energy to our defense, and he's a great player. I mean, he teaches us tricks left and right, what to do. And he's a senior this year, so it's great to learn going in as a freshman, and he's teaching a lot of the younger guys like Noah and everything, different moves to go through. And I mean, it's great. Like, we aren't alike, but we still get along.
Yeah.
And so we'll hang out every once in a while and joke around and stuff.
Sure.
It's really cool.
Fantastic. One of the really cool moments of me doing these games over the last 4 years, was that goal line stance you guys had last week against McNeese. I'm sure it was physical, it was nasty, it was tough, very emotional. Talk about that goal line stance and what you guys, and how you guys were able to keep a really good McNeese team out of the end zone at that time.
It's kind of funny, actually. Like, it was awesome when it happened and everything, but going back in film, we actually noticed we were one guy short. We only had 10 guys.
Oh, you're kidding me!
And so we only had 10 guys on the field for that, and shocking enough, we didn't have a play call. They lined up and went at us, and it was just like all of us were just standing there, and it was kind of our will to not let them in the end zone.
Yeah.
So,
well, there you go. You've been here for 3 years now. Talk about how you've seen this football program grow, and how cool it is to see San Antonio. I know some people tend to talk about the other little birdie that plays college football. I always say, hey, but our bird can fly, man. That's what I'm saying. And talk about how that and this program has grown over the last 3 years that you've been here.
Oh, it's definitely grown a lot. I mean, just looking back to my freshman year, we all kind of came in here. We had a good year, but we weren't officially D1 yet.
Yeah.
And so now going up to a full D1 schedule a year after, it was great to see us go through. I mean, we got beat down, obviously, a lot. And it's great to see us bounce back this year. Definitely, I think we're going to have a great season ahead of us. And it's really nice knowing that everybody's all in. We're all here during the summer. And especially the summer workouts is kind of what dictates the season in my mind. Like, we had the most kids we've ever had in summer workouts, and it was awesome to see the team come together and just work out together and go be ready for the season coming.
Fantastic. Devyn, one final question. Talk about what you guys need to do to be successful against Nicholls State this weekend.
What we need to do is just communication. That's all because I felt like last week we kind of lacked communication on talking on the offensive line. And this year, game, they run a stacked defense, so they put a defensive lineman right behind the nose. So we just got to pick up on who's going to be blocking who, and we just need to make them just the correct mic calls, and that's how it will flow, is just with communication.
There you go. Big round of applause for Devyn, Jensen, and Blake Klump, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a break and come back. We're going to be wrapping things up right here at the Woodland Garden Hotel in San Antonio, Riverwalk. You are listening to the Larry Kennedy UIW Coach Show on the UIW Radio Network.